The Manchester Derby.
Yeah, it was a massive build-up to this match. Many people were talking about it. Many were a bit split on what's going to be the outcome, mostly because of past results between these two sides. Could Ole pull off the treble?
It looked like, Ole seemed to have Manchester City's number this season. He got some big results against them.
Even though they didn't quite beat them in the EFL Cup.
No,
over
but
two
they beat
legs.
them in the second leg. Yeah. So could they do it once again at Old Trafford?
And the result shows
they did.
2-0 Manchester United. It ends that way. You have to put blame on City, though. They are they were their own downfall.
Well, they started out the game pretty well, in my opinion. They were pressuring Manchester United. They created a good chance or two. I know Sterling had a good shot, which De Gea saved. But after that, Manchester United went on to dominate the rest of the half, really.
United had good possession. They had good movement. They created good chances. Like you said, they seemed the more deadly and more threatening team in the first half.
Overall in the match, not good possession because they had 27%.
Yes, but that's Manchester City. They'll pass the ball around all day and not do anything with it.
Now, really, when I was watching, especially the first half, I had to take off my glasses. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Then I couldn't see, so I had to put them back on. But
I love Lucas's funny moments. It's great. That could be a compilation. Just you with your puns and jokes.
Well, you might have one in the future. Celtic.
I saw your pun. I saw it on TikTok. I liked it. Actually,
it was. I watched it too. Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out on our TikTok.
Back to the match, guys.
Yes.
But
United like to counterattack. We all know that. Yeah. And City likes to hold possession.
But they were creating good chances in this first half.
Yeah.
It was
like City or United.
United. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I mean, I would like to say this was Anthony Martial's best game in United shirt.
You should have scored more.
It quite possibly was his most complete game wearing a Manchester United jersey.
I wouldn't say that. I'm sure he's
probably had better, but
I'm pretty sure he scored a hat trick before.
But a complete game against a huge rival and a big moment of the season kind of thing.
Yeah, this is definitely, he got some help, but that's okay. You got to take the chances you get.
And we have to give a shout out to Waz's boy, Bruno Fernandes, pulling the strings. Since he's come over, he's
controlling that
brilliant midfielder for them.
He's miles apart compared to the rest of the players on the field. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
I've never watched him before, really. I've only seen stats and highlights, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But yeah, he's definitely jumped right into the Premier League waters with great effect.
That's the big thing, is he's come across from Portugal and he's fit in the team perfectly. He's fit into the league perfectly. And you look at other teams.
It's like he's been there all along.
Even if you look at Liverpool with Fabinho, he took almost a season to get into it and to get into a rhythm. Some would argue still not even into a perfect rhythm. But Bruno Fernandes has come across, and within weeks, this guy has solidified himself as a starter, one of the best in the squad, and one of the best in the Premier League.
Maybe it's just early form, but
potentially.
It does make you question why they didn't sign him in the summer. Like if they had
a lot of different reasons, but yeah,
maybe the top 4 race wouldn't be so tight if he was part of the squad and influencing the team.
If United,
we haven't even seen him and Rashford play together yet.
That's a big thing. But if United had signed the players who they've always been rumored to sign, United would be a damn good club. I don't know what stops them half the time.
Manchester United still has problems. Like Harry Maguire in the first half, he did make a few mistakes.
He's coming back off injury, though, a little of injury. So
that's fair. And also. Actually, Wan-Bissaka, he actually at times looked like Dani Alves.
Wan-Bissaka got home and he emptied his pockets. He had his car keys, his phone, his wallet, and Raheem Sterling. He just had Sterling in his pocket all night.
Maybe some of these
Which
players...
usually he does, though, to be honest. In these past games.
Yeah.
It's been
Sterling keeps quiet, yeah.
Yeah, Sterling has never scored against Manchester United, apparently. And he had one good chance, maybe actually 2 good chances. Yeah. But Wan-Bissaka, like I mentioned, usually very good defensively, but I saw some good offensive stuff from him in this match. Like he had this move where he hit the ball between his feet and got past.
I mean, I think most people will say Wan-Bissaka is a very complete defensive fullback. If he can add to his attacking game, he become a very complete fullback. And I think he is starting to add a different dimension, the tricks, like you said, but also just getting forward more often and being quick on the attack.
Yeah. I'm still not sure how good his offensive output is quite yet.
It does help, though. It does help that he's got Daniel James in that wing, and that kid can run for days. Yeah. And he's so quick.
But speaking of
Daniel James had a bad moment.
It wasn't just Daniel James. I think it was another player later on.
Yeah.
It was first Martial, actually, who
AM9, Tony Martial, hashtag it.
Bruno Fernandes was wide open.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You okay?
Sorry, I died there.
But yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
He didn't actually die. For the people not watching.
I mean, I hope not.
I'm still okay. But no, he could have just squared it, put it on a plate for Fernandes, and would have been 2-0.
And then, later in the second half, I think Daniel James could have done the exact same thing to Bruno Fernandes.
Let's talk about the actual goals, because we haven't talked about any of the goals yet.
Yes.
First goal does come through Anthony Martial.
Free kick.
Fantastic free kick by Bruno Fernandes. He dinks the ball over the back line, and it's a simple tap-in for Martial. But...
Well, simple tap-in, but Ederson...
Near post, Ederson needs to be doing better.
It wasn't a simple tap-in. It was just a...
Yeah.
No, but it was a tap-in in terms of...
It
was over, he just connected with it cleanly. It wasn't like he had to beat men.
Well, I'd say it's an attempted finish on net.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
An
it's a tap-in.
attempted finish on net.
I say tap-in is
It was
when
a-
someone
it was
passes
a-
across to you.
Okay, so it wasn't a tap-in, but
It was a
simple
decently hit
finish.
strike that the keeper should have saved.
Yes.
The
Let's say
keeper
that.
should have
I was
saved
going
it.
to say a
100%.
good finish, but it wasn't a good
No,
finish.
It was a good finish. It was near post.
It was,
I think that was a well worked play. And,
Yes,
Oh,
it
it
was.
definitely
I think that was a training ground routine where they had the plan where Martial stays out left, the ball goes over, and he just comes in behind.
It was a good shot, but the keeper should have done better. Ederson should have done
There's
better.
no getting around that. Ederson should have stopped. He got a hand on it. His wrists were made of butter. It
For
seemed
him
and it
being
went in.
compared to like the best goalie in the Premier Leagues and stuff, he should be better. He should be doing better.
Did anyone see Roy Keane's halftime comments? He went, "What the hell is happening with the goalkeepers right now?" It's a valid point. What the hell is happening with the goalkeepers?
Well, I think with Ederson, I was watching something earlier. Someone made the point. Ederson never really has had a world-class performance, really. He's usually like a consistent performer, like a 7 out of 10.
The thing is, he doesn't need to because usually City is
That's
just
the big
dominating.
thing. I think some of these big Premier League goalkeepers are, protected by their back line, their midfield, and they're made to look outstanding. The best goalies, in my opinion, are the ones that face 13 shots in a net and they let in 3. They've conceded 3, but they've made 10 brilliant saves.
The thing about those goalies, though, they have to make the big saves, even though they have a couple chances against
Yeah.
them. They have to make those saves when it comes.
That's the big thing, is when they are called upon, they have to be there. They have to step up.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's tough to go 25 minutes without a shot on net, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That separates elite keepers like
100%.
Ederson to world-class keepers like Alisson, Ter Stegen.
Right, Tal.
Yes, I know.
Well, the guy who made that point, who's a City fan earlier, he said that Alisson is better than Ederson.
You can't.
I agree.
I mean, the
100%,
two of them are going to battle out for Brazil's number 1, and I think Alisson will win that position.
He's already won it before.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wait for like Copa America time, but yeah, 100%. I think he is a supreme goalie.
But yeah, overall, good first half for Manchester United. I was very impressed, and but second half they do what they usually do after a good first half. They go defensive.
Bit of a shaky defensive moment, yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I don't know. Like after like the 70th minute, I wasn't really concerned for Manchester United because it didn't seem like Manchester City were going to score. They had like 1 or 2 decent opportunities.
They had a very big opportunity to score.
Yeah, was it 2?
Sergio Aguero.
Well, the actual goal, but it got ruled
Yeah.
offside. Yeah.
We should talk about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Aguero gets slid in and he has a calm finish, but the flag goes up and VAR takes a look at it. VAR goes, yep, he's offside. It was very close.
It was close, and I don't think De Gea even tried. Like,
I don't think so. I think United stopped because the flag went up and everyone kind of saw the flag.
If VAR called it onside, that would have been just.
I would like
shaky
to
moment.
yell at every single Premier League lines person. I'm going to say person because there's females. I know that. Lines person. Don't flag if it's close.
Yeah.
Don't
And I
flag
think
for that.
Everyone's been saying it. Refs have been saying it. Just
And,
don't flag.
I watched the Dortmund game and the lines people, they didn't flag even with blatant ones. They let the play end and then they flag kind of thing. And it's like, I don't like that because that causes confusion, but I don't like the Premier League just flag. If it's that close and you flag and the defender stops and they go in and score and VAR goes, well, he was onside goal. Well, I'm going to defender go,
We've seen
I
it.
stopped because the flag went up.
If it's blatant, yeah, I'd understand
Yeah,
playing.
if the
But
guy
when
was
it's
4
close,
yards
there's
off,
no reason
offside.
to put up the flag.
Yeah,
I agree.
Even though some refs are just insane with the decisions they make, I'm like, how do you make that?
Yeah.
Like sometimes linesmen don't get enough credit. I do know they make mistakes sometimes, but sometimes they call it offside when it's like so tight. I'm like, that's pretty impressive. But you won't get credit for that because one linesman will make another mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
Right after the VAR moment was Ederson's second shaky moment of the night.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Ball gets passed back to him. He goes to control it with his left foot and misses the ball completely. It rolls under him and nearly goes into the net. But Tony Martial is right there on his trail, and it's inches between Martial getting his foot in there and a goal for United.
Fortunately for Martial, his foot kind of got wrecked.
Oh yeah, he went knee first. Into
he did go knee first into the post.
He showed his scars after the match. It wasn't great.
Yeah, it looked rough.
Yeah,
watching that honestly.
But what is the goalie doing?
It's just too casual, really.
Is it too casual,
yeah,
or is it?
I think Manchester City's play style in the second half, especially, was just too casual. They weren't really on the what's the word, on the front of the, like, not putting enough pressure. They were just casually passing the ball.
Is it too casual?
It kind of seemed. I kind of agree with Lucas. It seemed like they seemed like they were winning, honestly, and they were just not.
I think that's Manchester City this season. They've coasted through too many games. They've conceded too many crap goals because they don't have a fantastic center back like Laporte to anchor that defense.
Well, do they have any good leaders in that team, do you think?
I would hope Fernandinho's a good leader, but yeah, you lose Vincent Kompany.
With like someone like David Silva not playing night in, night out, like, is that, how much of a miss is that, honestly, right now?
What I was going to say is, I don't know if it's too lackadaisical in mind or if it's, are goalies today being asked too much in terms of distribution, ball playing, playing out from the back.
You shouldn't be making that kind of.
No, you shouldn't. But whatever happened to a goalkeeper being a goalkeeper?
Because the game evolves and you get an advantage.
I agree, 100%. You look at Manuel Neuer and how he revolutionized the position basically. But there's something to be said about a shot stopper.
Yeah, but why can't you be both?
You should be able to be both.
You should be both.
But I think there's times this season where we've seen supposed top goalkeepers make blunders like this.
Yes, and we've seen top defenders make mistakes too. Defenders have to pass the ball well, and they have to defend too. Goalkeepers have to pass the ball well and block the ball.
No, I agree. But yeah,
that's how I see it. And with the leader thing.
Anyways, Ederson got away with that
very closely. Yeah,
but. We move on a little further.
I mean, there was a good ball made by someone across, and Sterling tries to get on the end of it and doesn't really get any much contact.
No.
Yeah.
Sterling had a bit of an off. I think Manchester City in general had a very off night.
I mean, and it is a big part of this. They're missing Kevin De Bruyne.
They're missing
their
De Bruyne.
Best player.
I mean, there was times
best player's hard to say on
there
that
was
team,
times where if De Bruyne was in there, you'd think maybe he would actually get something more involved in the match because it just didn't seem quite right for City throughout the second half.
I think we all know De Bruyne is that focal point of that team right now.
But I don't want to make that excuse for Manchester City because they won the Premier League last season without De Bruyne.
Yeah, they shouldn't need him.
So I don't think that's the reason they didn't win this match.
Shut up. We know how to tell time.